Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is The Hummingbird Project. This movie is rated R. It's 1 hour and 51 minutes, and the grade that I gave it is a B+. First of all, this movie hit theaters back in March, but to a very limited release and not with much marketing. So I think it really flew under the radar. It's coming to DVD and streaming on June 25th, which is why I'm reviewing this movie now, because I think it's worth a look. I think that you might like it. And hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm in Las Vegas and I've got my air conditioning above me cranking and it's making some noise. So hopefully the audio quality is all right. All right, so in a quick nutshell, this is a financial crime drama of sorts that premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival and was directed by Kim Nyigan. I'm probably not saying his name correctly, so I apologize. It almost feels like a true high-tech story because it's done so well. It's smart and darkly witty. It packs a powerful emotional punch that you kind of don't expect and you don't see coming. At least I didn't. And I always am happy when a movie surprises me, and this one actually did. So some quick tips for parents is, first of all, kids will probably be bored out of their minds. There's lots of high-tech talk and adult talk and boring scenes where people talk. You know, it's not like this big, huge action movie. Although it moves quickly, I just don't think that they'll be interested in it. There is some profanity, including some F-bombs, which is why it's rated R. There's no nudity or anything like that. Oh, no, I take that back. There's a man who is naked in a bathtub, but, you know, he's kind of covering up his private parts, and you don't really see anything. You see legs and arms, you know, basically. So some positive themes of the movie are one that Vincent Zaleski says, own your freedom. So there's this concept of what is true freedom? Do you always have a boss, even if you work for yourself? Is it, well, that alone, I guess, is probably one of the bigger questions is how much do you really get to control your life when you're trying to earn money, right? Because you always have a customer or a boss, one way or the other. Anyway, kind of an interesting concept. Definitely the concept of greed. How much is enough? The idea of hope is a concept that I always love seeing in movies. Believing in your dreams and in your goals, and always having a dream or a goal to propel you forward into the future, and persistence. So I like those themes in movies. Almost in any movie, I like them. So some other things that I really liked are, first of all, Jesse Eisenberg is his full form awesomeness. Now, he kind of plays the same character almost in every movie, but this movie really did require that type of a character. So he does a really great job. He memorized the script before they even started filming. So that's super impressive to me, at least. And the other character that's even the bigger standout, I think, is Alexander Skarsgård. He's never played a role like this before, and he was absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, he'll earn an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor for this code-crunching character. He's balding and nerdy, and he wears glasses, and I just didn't even recognize him when I first saw him. And then finally, I was like, wait a second. And I looked on to see, wait, who are the actors in this movie? Because I kind of just watched it without even really knowing anything about it. Sometimes I do research ahead of movies, and sometimes I just fall into them just to see what I'm going to think. Anyway, I was so pleasantly surprised and got such a great kick out of his performance. And that's probably one of the things that makes this movie most exciting to watch, is just to see him. In fact, I just had watched him yesterday in another movie called The Aftermath, the 2019 movie of The Aftermath, where he plays more of the handsome, charming type of a character that we've probably seen many times before. So this is such a departure and really fun to watch. All right, enough about him. Salma Hayek is always fun to watch, and she plays this just ball buster type of character, and she was kind of fun and entertaining to watch. There's this FBI scene that's pretty funny. And like I said, it's sort of quirky and darkly witty, the whole movie. And so just kind of go into the movie knowing that that's what you're going to see. The very last scene of the movie was just perfectly poetic. There was only one thing that I would change to it, and that is the movie is called The Hummingbird Project. There's one scene where you're told a little line about a hummingbird, and I like it when a movie either tells you or somehow explains to you what the Hummingbird Project is. So there's this one line where they use the word hummingbird. In terms of the speed. And then as you watch the movie unfold, you see that there are other layers of meaning as to why it's called the Hummingbird Project. So just as a little final little hurrah, I would have loved to have seen a hummingbird fly by as these two characters are talking. And then I wouldn't have changed anything else about the scene. I would just throw in a hummingbird just, to humor the audience. Now, some people will undoubtedly compare this movie to the movie The Big Short. And there are similarities in that they both deal with Wall Street and the greed and the speed that are required to make things happen, and just the volatility. What's the word? I want to say volatility. Is that a word? Volatility? The volativeness. It's very volative. The nature of Wall Street itself, and you definitely feel that angst and that drama and just the chaotic frenzy that exists in this profession. So they did that well. I thought that they brought that feeling to the audience. There's some beautiful camera angles that actually offer some clever perspective. And what I love is the contrast between the fast frenzy and the calm moments of enlightenment, I guess you could call it. There's some entertaining dialogue, which I think always exists when Jesse Eisenberg is in a movie. And the trailer is intriguing enough that you're like, ooh, what's going to happen? Now, some things that I didn't like is it takes a few minutes to kind of understand what's going on because there's just lots of stuff. And you're like, wait, what's going on? At least for me, it did. But it doesn't take that long to kind of settle in and say, okay, I see what's happening here. And then it's too bad that this marketing just flew under the radar for most people. And really, other than that, I mean, I guess I should have given it a higher grade than that, shouldn't I have? If I only named off 3 little things that I didn't really like about it. Anyway, so I think it's a movie. Maybe I'll bump up my grade. Anyway, I enjoyed it, actually, and I hope that you will too. Be sure and subscribe and visit my website, moviereviewmom.com, where you can read even more in-depth movie reviews when I write them out versus when I'm just trying to talk to you. And I'm trying to say it as fast as possible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this movie. Comment down below if you saw it, or if not, if you're planning on seeing it when it goes to DVD or on streaming. Anyway, thanks for supporting my channel. Bye for now.